A lot of people see this, they hear it, they understand it, but communicating it is a whole other game. And I'll tell you, if you get good at this, it opens up the whole thing. So how many of you think right now, when it comes to this little cash flow quadrant, man, you love doing it. I mean, you're good at it, you get the answers you want. So about 4 or 5 of you, okay, good. So this is really important to work on, right? All right, so the first thing, so we've gotten in, we're in the presentation, and now we're going to talk about the 4 ways to earn income. According to who? A guy named Robert Kiyosaki. And by the way, his name is not listed here. We have been given permission to use it, but you're going to have to remember that. And I wish that his name was actually listed there.
And if they don't know who he is, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'll ask them, have you ever heard of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Most people have. And if they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. You're going to do a summary of what the book says. And what the book says is, and what Kiyosaki said is, there's 4 ways to make money. Right? See it right there? Right. So the legal ways to make money. So the first is, as an employee. So now here's what you want to start to look at with this. If you've had a good conversation with them about their job and about what they do and about what they make, it makes this easier. But if not, you're going to really, for the first time, start to wake them up to these ideas. All right. So the first way to make money is as an employee, right? And what's the employee have? They have a job, and their income's based on a position, not a person. Now, you can stop with that, or you can learn to ask some questions. And I always ask, so when you have a job, who controls your income and who controls when you work? Right? So what we want to establish is that we all want more time and we all want more money. So who controls your time and money here? This would be the line of conversations you want to establish. All right? So who controls your time and money here? So you have limited control here, or actually no control. They tell you what you're going to make, and they tell you when you're going to work. So where you live, what you drive, where your kids go to school, has everything to do with what they say you're worth. No control. And I put an NC. You can even draw it right up there. NC. No. Right? No control. Okay. Then he said, so that's it. I mean, you can hammer on that all day long. And if you watch Jake Frugier, Jake is phenomenal. He came to our school, and he's phenomenal, and he goes deep. He builds his whole, and I would say if you could learn it, great. Okay, where can we get that video? Do we have that on our site? Can we put it on there? Is it on?
Not currently.
We need that.
What's his last name?
Frugier.
He will be very famous in
F-R-U-G-E. F-R-U-G-E.
F-R-U-G-E.
He's Cajun.
And he is
a beast.
He was at our school. He was great. And we'll get the video on my PMS training for you, how to do this cash flow quadrant the way he does. All right? But quite honestly, you can do it advanced or not. Still, the ideas are going to be made at the end. All right? So first, you're going to read this. Here's what you have. The point is no control. Right? Second way to make money is as a self-employed person. And who said that? So Kiyosaki said what?
You own a job.
You own a job. And you could be a dentist, doctor, lawyer, hairstylist, real estate agent, or salesperson would be an example of the self-employed. Here's the question I ask. Can you make a lot of money in these professions?
Yes.
Yep. But if you're not working, how much are you making?
Nothing.
So that's the point. That's what you got to get. That's the point you must get across. Yes, there's a lot of money to be made, but if you're not doing the work, how much are you making?
Nothing.
So if you're a dentist and you're not working in somebody's mouth, what are you earning?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay? If you're a real estate agent and you're not showing homes, how much are you making?
Nothing.
Okay, so that's hairstylist is better. If you're a hairstylist and you're not cutting someone's hair, how much are you earning?
Nothing.
So you can make money, but you're exchanging time for money. Here you're exchanging time for money. Both of these, time for money. So you have limited control because you can make a lot of money if you work a lot of hours, right? So LC, limited control. no control, limited control. Okay? Then you've got what Kiyosaki says is the right side of the quadrant. And he said, there you're a business, you could be in business, and you own a system. Business owner owns a system. Business owner has others working for them. They have unlimited income potential via manufacturing, marketing, and I add the word leveraging time by hiring and training and developing employees. The business owner has a business that runs without them. That's the key. It will run without them. As a matter of fact, Kiyosaki's definition of business was what? Do any of you know?
If you leave
Yeah.
first.
You leave the business in 6 months, if you're still making money, you have a good business.
That's it. There it is, right there. If you went away from the business and when you came back 6 months later, you made a profit, you own a business. You have a business. Okay? So some people are self-employed. They think they own a business.
No.
So if you went away for 6 months and came back, would there be a profit? For most of these people, if they went away for a day or two and they came back, everything would be gone. The employees would have stolen it all. Okay? Business owner. It works without them. They don't have to be there to earn money. So now they have what? Control. What? They have time and money. If you're not there and it's making money, what can you do?
You can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Now, these are the questions that you want to ask. Because these are the questions that establish. Remember, at the end, you're going to ask them, which side would you want to be on?
Yep.
So if you already know in advance, I'm going to ask them in a minute, which side would you want to be on? Which 2 ways to earn income appeal to you most? Okay? And then I always say the left side or the right side so they don't get confused. So which 2 ways to earn income appeal to you the most, the left side or the right side, that keeps it very clear. Because when I just ask it this way, sometimes I get the wrong answer. A lot of you go, oh, well, self-employed and investor. I don't want to be self-employed. I just said to you, exchanging hours for that. So I don't want that. So I'm going to give them the answer, left or right side. Okay? And then the investor has money working for them. They enjoy complete freedom and live the dream. They've got income-producing assets, whether it's real estate or whether it's mutual funds or stocks or bonds or cash. They've got money and assets, and they live off their money. I always say money works 24/7, and it doesn't care who owns it.
Right.
Okay? So, which 2 ways to earn income appeal to you most? The left side or the right side? Okay, now here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the right side. Now there's a series of questions that you need to ask. That's what I want you to write down. So here's the series of questions, right? So which, the left side or the right side? They go to the right side. First question, where are most people? Left. Sometimes people go upper left. And I like you can feel them up here. Everybody kind of knows what that means. I don't know why, but it gets response, right? On the left. So if everybody wants to be on the right and everybody's on the left, are there legitimate things that stop people? Right? So what are some of them? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring up 5. There's going to be 5 of them. Doesn't matter what order you get them. Well, let's look at the 5. Are there legitimate reasons that people don't get to the right side? Yes. So what are those? So we had one, money. They don't have the money. Okay, that would be one. What's another one?
Education.
They don't know how. Knowledge. Education. So I write a lot of times, I'll be writing money, $, knowledge. I'll just write a K, right? Just write them. You can write them out if you want. I just write them out. But I want to have them right there for the money, knowledge. What else?
Time.
Fear, time,
Risk.
and risk. Those are the 5. Fear, people are scared to try. They don't know how. They don't have the money. Time, and most of the time you have to give it a lot of time. People don't have a lot of time. And most businesses fail, so it's very risky. Right? So these things stop people. All right, now, you got that down. Now, what's a question you could ask right there that would pretty well get them moving towards understanding our business? Yes?
I would probably say, oh, I just had it too and I lost it.
So it's
I usually, at that point, I would ask them, which one of those do you feel you would stop you from being on that side?
Okay. Okay, so I'll give you.
I had a
Here's
better
what we
one, but
got.
I just
So
lost it.
here's what we got. We got 5 things they've given us, right? So if none of these were a problem,
None of these are fun.
right? Like if you didn't have any of these issues standing in your way, would you be willing to try? Look, so if I could show you how none of these are a problem, and you could get from the left to the right, okay? Are you open? If you agreed that what we did had real value, that's the last little piece I put in there. If you agreed that what we did had real value, would you be willing to try? You could ask a very definitive question there, and it's a yes or no answer, but you should probably, you'll know in advance whether you're getting a yes. The other way to do it is you can say, what we've done as a company is we've taken all those barriers to entry away. Okay? And then I walk right through it. So you can ask a question if you want, if you're feeling up to that, or you could just say, what we've done as a company is we've removed all those barriers to entry. Money, not an issue. It's $1,000 to get licensed. Our associates pay $99, and we pay $900 for insurance and investment license. So that's hardly a major capital investment. Would you agree with that?
Right.
I get that's gone. So even before I'm anywhere in the presentation, I've already covered it right there. Okay? And if I get any pushback on that, I just ask them, what's a college book cost? Okay? So that'll deal with it, right? Second thing, knowledge. We don't make any money unless you make money. We are going to teach you. We have a system in place to teach you everything you need to be successful. Time. You can do this as much or as little as you want. Our associates start part-time. You should have a phrase that you use a lot that says 99% of our people start part-time. And it really is. About 99% of our people start part-time. Who could start full-time? Somebody whose spouse makes enough money, they can start full-time. So, and somebody maybe who lives at home with their parents, they still need money probably. I don't know. There's not many people that can just start full-time, especially since you need the license to really make any money anyway. Yeah. So really, to say almost everybody starts with us part-time eliminates the fear that you're going to try to get them to quit something to do this. Okay? So we got time, we got knowledge, we got money, risk. Everything's risky.
That's what most people
right?
are.
We remove the risk because we don't have you quit your job. But there's no real risk here because there's no real capital investment, and the worst that's going to happen, you're going to learn all about money. So there's really no risk, right? And fear, everything new is scary. But we're going to take you by the hand and be with you every step of the way. We're not going to give you, a presentation to memorize and send you out there on your own. We're going to be there to help you through it, okay? And you can go a little further with that. You could ask questions like, when you started your job, was it a little scary when you first started? Or if you took me to your job and after an hour of watching you asked me to do it, would I be a little nervous about that? But I learned. Same thing here, okay? Yes?
John, I heard Tom say 7 out of 10 franchises succeed. That's another way to overcome risk and fear.
That's very good. So 7 out of 10 franchises succeed because they've got a system. So we've removed the problem of big money to get one. But it is a franchise-like system. So what other points are made? That's a real good one. What other ones? Because this is not a science, this little cash flow quadrant. You're going to have to develop your style with it. Here's what it does for me. I know that I'm going to get them to say right side.
Yeah.
I know that I'm going to then have them give me the 5 reasons they never tried. I know I'm going to remove every one of those objections of somebody trying before I even start. Right? So I can then say to them, so here's what I want to do. If I could show you how to get to the right side of the quadrant, we've removed all these problems. As long as you agree that what we do for families has value, would you be willing to try part-time? I can do that on the front. So you could be literally, with this presentation, do the questions we asked, you're through the cash flow quadrant, and you could have somebody say, well, yeah, if I agreed that what you did had value, I'd try. I'd be willing to try. Or find out what objections there are. You can be very direct. Now, at that point, you could invite someone to a meeting if you wanted, if you ran out of time. Right? You understand? You could be done and say, okay, the next step is I want you to come to the office and meet my vice president. Yeah. Next step is I want you to come to my office. We have a meeting on Tuesday night. You'll learn more.